Hi, my name is Kyoko Adachi. This is my journey back to my roots and how I became a one percenter for the planet. I was the oldest of 4 children. All of us were breastfed and cloth diapered. By the time I was born, my mom was well aware of the toxic chemicals in our environment. She feared the water we ran from our taps, the lotion we smeared on our skin, the shampoo we rubbed in our hair, and even the dust in our home. As a chemistry teacher with a degree in agricultural science, she was concerned by the health consequences of environmental toxins, especially on the vulnerable and developing brains of children. It became her personal mission to protect us from those harms. She chose to give up some everyday conveniences and product performance, and of course, had to do a lot of laundry. Back in the early 1980s, I grew up eating mostly organic food. As we grew older, my mom also taught us how to make healthy choices, avoiding food with pesticides, herbicides, artificial flavoring, coloring, and chemical preservatives. In Japan, we take pride in our hygiene. Our streets are free of litter, and our public bathrooms are the cleanest in the world. We have been wearing masks in public for years. However, we are obsessed with plastic. It's as if the entire island is wrapped in plastic. When I landed my first job after college, I moved to Tokyo. That was my first experience living by myself away from my family. I didn't think it would be any different. Except I was wrong. I was shocked. Walking through the supermarkets in Tokyo, I found individual bananas wrapped in whole sheets of cellophane before being sold. There I stood, holding my sweaty banana, wondering what was so wrong with the natural biodegradable packaging called skin. It already came in. When fruits and veggies are so overly packaged in plastic like this, it looks as if they are trapped. In the back of my mind, I'll always say, "Let them be free!" Bagels and even marshmallows came individually wrapped in sealed plastic bags. At the counter, they were carefully packed together in another plastic bag before being placed inside a third plastic bag with the rest of my items. I tried to refuse these plastic bags and other single-use plastic products whenever possible, but they were literally everywhere I looked. There was no escape. I sometimes wish I could just walk by all this absurdity and it wouldn't bother me. In my younger years, I didn't fully understand or truly appreciate what my mom gave me by making all those informed choices and sacrifices of convenience for her health. Now that I'm an adult, I clearly see that a childhood free of chemicals was the best gift my mom could have ever given me. For a decade, I worked as a global product manager for Olympus. Work sent me around the globe. I watched the days pass, and the miles tick slowly upward in my frequent flyer count. I was strapped into a tin can, leaving carbon rings around the earth as I crossed time zones and cultures. Always rushing somewhere, I was perpetually jet-lagged and worked late hours to make up for the lost time in transit. My back ached, and I gained weight. It took a global pandemic for me to ask myself what warrants a flight and what could have been a Zoom call. Last year, I packed 2 large suitcases with everything I could and moved to New York City to attend Columbia University's graduate program in strategic communication. I was finally in charge of my own routine. I enjoyed beans and tofu on meatless Mondays. I dropped off my compost on Wednesday mornings. I was a regular at the farmers market in Union Square. Then, the virus came. Human activities, our supply chains and economies came to a screeching halt as we were told to shelter in place. But now, in this pause that has blanketed the world, I can hear the birds. I can see the blue sky. I can feel the relief this crisis has given to Mother Earth. A few months ago, I was lucky enough to attend the Leadership and Ethics event at Columbia Business School. And with that,
I got to listen to the departing CEO of Patagonia, Rose Macario's talk, which truly inspired me to think about reduction at the source rather than recycling products that don't need to be produced in the first place. Then in turn, I discovered 1% for the Planet. When I learned that 1% for the Planet had an individual member program, I jumped at the chance to join. Since then, I've spent a lot of time trying to figure out what I can and want to do to make a difference. Now, more than ever, it is vital that we make sure that necessary climate action be embedded in everything we do. 1% for the Planet is an amazing opportunity for ordinary people like you and me to quantify the way that we give back to the planet. Check out 1%fortheplanet.org to learn more. There's so much we can accomplish when we act together.